So here we have the BMW 116i on a 14 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat should you wish to increase this space even further. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside from there. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's while we're seeing the interior from this exterior point of view, there's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the speedometer and fuel gauge, and on the right-hand side, the rev counter. In the centre, you can see the main trip computer, which includes the total miles of the car. They are 75,358. You can change the information displayed above that by pressing a button on the end of the indicator stalk. Now, if we back out to the steering wheel, we have a speed limiter on the left-hand side, and over on the right-hand side, we have stereo and phone controls for the car. You'll only be able to use the phone controls after you pair the phone up, and that is done over on the screen in the centre just here, under the telephone heading. The movement that I'm making on the screen is being done using this dial just here and the collection of buttons that surround it. So we're on the main menu at the moment. You can access your audio and telephone from here, for example. But from the main menu, using that dial, you can rotate it to any of these. So let's go to radio, push the dial down. You can then jog it over to the left where you'll see we've got AM, FM and DAB radio. We can go back to the main menu. To listen to your own music, you go to the CD multimedia heading where we've got USB input and auxiliary input. Working our way down from that, we have deadlocks to lock and unlock the car doors from the outside. The main volume for the stereo, as well as a CD player, which is another option, of course, for listening to music. And then below that, the air conditioning. You can determine the direction of the air, the fan speed up and down, the temperature, of course. The air conditioning is on at the minute, so that's off, back on. You can recirculate the air that's in the car. That's a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly in here, depending on the temperature you've set over there. And then underneath that, we have two cup holders, a 12-volt charging socket, the 6-speed manual gearbox, and these buttons here. So you can turn off the traction control, and you can change the driving setup of the car. So you're able to put it into Sport, and it will show up on your main display here. Sport, Sport Plus, which is the same as Sport, but as you can see, dynamic traction control is activated, so it limits your traction control slightly. And you can go back down to Comfort, which is your everyday driving, and Eco Pro as well. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Surrey Specialist Cars. We'd love to hear from you soon.